Jason LaBarge, CCC, that's Certified Executive Chef. I own LaBarge Gourmet Spices and Veritas Restaurant, and been a local chef here for going on off and on for 20 years, 20 plus years, and we're here to talk about spices and how we came about to where we are now, which has been a 2-year process. And we just kind of stumbled upon it, really. In the kitchens that I was in, we always made our own rubs instead of buying a Cajun blend or a jerk spice blend or any of these that people, in a lot of cases go out and buy. I'd spend a lot of time, we'd research, what would be the best recipe and ways to go about this, source the ingredients, and then we would make these blends. So that was the same thing with like prime ribs or steaks or anything. And there was times when at this country club that we were working at, that we would do, for tournaments, we do a lot of blends for these different roasts or things we were grilling out there, and I would get emails from people asking if they could have the recipe for this, and over the months it was, can I have the recipe for that, or would you share the recipe for that? And it was great because I loved the membership so much that I was very open with the recipes and emailed it to them. There was probably, after a good year of doing that, I just said, hey, wait, what are we doing here? Mine are focused on being whole spice. We don't have any artificial flavor enhancers, no MSG. You won't find any HVPs, hydrolyzed vegetable proteins. Those are ones you really want to look for too. If you ever, if you like a spice a lot and it only costs you $3.99 and it wasn't on sale, there's a good chance that they're using some of these chemicals to really boost the flavor. And let's see, we have the rib rub. That was our first one.
So that was the one that I.
That's the one that you tried.
The pork loin pairing with the BC Pinot Noir. That was delicious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, now the wing stingers, it's got a great balance, but it has an intense sweet and a pretty good salt, but then also a good heat that finishes with habanero. So you might even want to go something with a Gewürztraminer on that.
Okay.
Something that can withstand what's going on there. If you did a red, I might even say a Cab Franc.
Okay.
The steak blend, which is rich, and we wanted to, again, find a way, if you're going to take a nice cut of beef, we don't want to mask it with hideous smoke or heat or too much salt or anything like that, and we wanted to find a nice balance, but we also ended up using things, say red sumac, beet powder, Worcestershire powder, some of these things that are a little off the scale but allow us to boost the flavor, enhance the flavor of the steaks, and not take away from it. Be able to, once you cut into it, to be able to enjoy the natural flavor of the steak too. Okay. And that you're looking at more medium to a medium full-bodied wine.
So Cabernet Merlot.
Yeah,
right.
Cabs and
Okay.
Merlots. For sure. Then we have a wild game spice, and this one is phenomenal. This wild game, a buddy of mine had brought back some wild game from Texas. He'd done some big game hunting, and so it's phenomenal. It's got juniper berries in it. It's got other barks in it, but the way that it reacts with, say, wild boar, antelope, venison, things of this nature is just great. And we did a class over at Bernard Griffin Winery, who, by the way, I wanted to know because they sell a great amount of it. They've been a great supporter of mine. We did it with their port, and it was phenomenal.
Which is Syrah-based port.
Yeah, exactly. It is. They're whole spice, they're lower in sodium, and that's why they pair well with wine. So I think it's just kind of a positive boost that we're in this wine belt here, and we've got so much wine around. It doesn't work with all wines, and some of them have a little too much sodium to work with some wines that you think they would, but more than not, they work a lot better than you would expect them to, I think.
So if people want to buy it, they go to shopthenorthwest.com?
That's a great place to get it if they would want to do it online. Also, they can reach me at LaBarge Gourmet Spices on Facebook. That's a great way to do it. We have a lot of people that buy them and then they comment on there about if they liked them or how much, or like they paired it with a wine. They thought it was really great.